Tell me if you've heard this phrase before. It's not a great game, but the music is amazing. Or something along those lines. As a Sonic fan, I have said this very thing. I mean, take Sonic Forces, for example. The game isn't amazing, but I am blasting Infinite's theme. For some reason, in almost every case, Sonic has good music in everything he's in. Now, I love Sonic R, but I know that the game is heavily flawed, but the music in it is so good. Give Living in the City a listen, by the way. Favorite song in the soundtrack. Okay. What's the point of this? Well, this bleeds into the fandom somehow. Even the horror version of Sonic has some absolute bangers. In this video, we're going to be looking at some songs that relate to the bloody-eyed blue blur that go absolutely hard. And to those wondering, yes, I will be including a lot of FNF songs, mostly because a lot of good songs stem from that. I've picked out some of my personal favorites, along with some that you will know. I'll also be explaining the lore/story, if there is one, to each song, as I normally would. Each music piece I talk about will be placed in the description below. And, if I remember, I'll timestamp all the songs so you guys can go around and see what's in this video. With that out of the way, let's jump in. Ah, yes, I Miss the Quiet. One of mine, and I mean many others' favorite Sonic.EXE song. But what's it about? Lord X is missing the quietness of the void, which, if you don't know, that's where he's from. Though he enjoys his time in his sonic vessel, tormenting souls, he misses how things used to be. And as to why he looks like Michael Jackson, I'm not sure if this is canon, but it said that he kidnapped Michael Jackson and forced him to write a song for him. Regardless of how it's made, this song is an absolute banger. On the topic of Lord X, this next song was one of the songs to actually bring me into the world of Sonic.EXE and start doing these video essays. It was also something that brought me back to FNF, and that song is... For some reason, the emotion in this song really connected with me. I, too, am a dying god stuck in a decaying body. Tricheal has been one of my favorite Lord X songs for a long time, and is something that I find myself coming back to. It was a part of one of my first video essays I've done, and will always be something I appreciate for what it's done for me. As mentioned before, this is about a dying god enjoying his final moments, seeing his feelings out. Lord X has reached the end of his vessel's lifespan, to the point where it will completely decay. In this world, he's going to move on, to ascend to a higher life, leaving this one behind. In a twisted way, he's always going to love Sonic. He's always going to be with him in this dying world, and hold his time here close to his non-existent heart. In Lord X's actual canon, he could just keep possessing Sonic's body, but keep in mind, this is a hypothetical. This is a what if Lord X did this. He thanks Boyfriend for being with him in his final moments, and says once again, he will always be here and cherish his time before moving on to whatever comes next. This song is twisted, but is a concept I really love. It humanizes Lord X and gives a god some concept of death, where normally it wouldn't be a problem. Though, don't get me wrong, this guy is still pretty evil. The song is amazing, the lore really interests me when I first heard it, and I will always love it. Still here, and always will be part of you. Welcome Home Cycles. Get ready to hear about different Lord X stories because there's a lot of really good Lord X songs. Welcome Home Cycles is about Lord X enjoying his time with Boyfriend from Friday Night Funkin'. Boyfriend can't die because of his retry ability, and Lord X loves this. It's something new for him, so if there's something he can do to make him stay, he will. He wants to spend as much time as he can with Boyfriend as it brings him great joy. That's pretty much it, actually. But man, do I love this song. Though, honestly, I love this next one just as much, and it's pretty underrated. Have you ever felt like something was missing? Well, that's how Lord X feels. Big Misser feels like he's missing a piece of himself. There's something out there that he feels like isn't there. While I don't know the exact extent to what this is talking about, it could just be that when he's torturing his victims, something is just not there. Though, near the end of the song, he realizes that what's been missing will come in time. Regardless of the meaning, this song is a banger and pretty underrated compared to his other songs. Wish I had more to say about it, but I couldn't understand the full extent of the lore. I just thought it was pretty straightforward. Give it a listen if you can. Oh, this next one is also pretty vague with its meaning, but is really good all the same. I feel like I should have named this video The Insane World of Lord X and His Musical Talent, because, my god, there are so many good Lord X songs. This song is called Glee Co. You can interpret this song in multiple ways, and there isn't exactly a simple explanation. After trying to study this song, it seems like it's talking about giving in to your bad habits. Lord X is trying to tell you that most things are hopeless, and when Red Hand comes in, it's almost like he's convincing you to give in. Let go of your resistance and give in to the temptation. It's also worth mentioning the art for this song has Lord X on a ball and chain, making it seem like he's tied down by something, and Red Hand is free. It's a pretty interesting and really great sounding song. If you interpreted this differently, let me know down in the comments below. The next few songs are by someone named Longest Solo Ever, who has made a lot of Sonic.EXE music or things related to it. Honestly, it's really cool to see the channel dedicate a lot of time to the community. So, I've picked out 3 of their songs I know you know, probably. And since we have been talking about Lord X, why not continue the streak? And this may be some people's favorite part. Are you listening? No, that's the name of the song. One of the most well-known Lord X songs, and for good reason. I really like this video, and the 3D model here is really cool to look at. And this isn't the only song that Longest Solo does 3D models, and you'll see that in the next few videos. I do find it funny to see Lord X doing this dance, and the song is honestly a little silly, but the meaning is pretty straightforward. Lord X isn't here to scare you. He already knows that he does. It basically just talks about how he's in control of his world, and you're just entertainment to him. But in the same vein, he knows you enjoy the game too. Otherwise, why would you seek him out? Better yet, why do you keep coming back? Why keep doing research on him? He understands this and keeps our twisted game going. Really well done here, and a killer saxophone solo by him too. Oh, seems like I've been met with an unexpected... Code Red. Not the drink, but the song. Okay, that's a bad joke, but I actually grew up with Code Red. Anyway. The song is dedicated to Fatal... I was actually more of a Voltage guy, just so you guys know. Okay, the song is dedicated to Fatal Error. It's actually pretty straightforward when it comes to meaning. Fatal Error will corrupt everything they touch, and you will be corrupted at some point too. The visuals, once again, are amazing, and I love the way these are done. Try to run away, but you can't escape. Everything will become a part of it. Now, you might be wondering why I'm not playing any of the songs, so I'm pretty sure these are copyrighted, which, you know, I totally understand. A few of these I will play, but for Longest Solo Ever, I don't think I can play it. So just give it a listen. Don't be upset by that because it's totally understandable. Play With Me is a remix of Hill Zone at the beginning, but switches into rock. This song is pretty good. It basically just talks about how X is going to find you and take your soul. You won't be able to run, just forced to play his game. Not much to say past that, just a pretty good song with good visuals. You can let me know if there's a little more to it down in the comments below, but it's just a good song. But there is a question to be asked here. What happens when X decides to end his game? One of my favorite Sonic.EXE songs, hands down, and is oddly bittersweet. I wouldn't want to be put in this situation personally, but basically, X is bored of Paul/Robotnik, so he's lamenting on all the time they've played together. This round, he's going to win, and that's the end. Paul won't exist anymore. And while this was sad, X understands there will be plenty more people to take into his world. He appreciates what Paul offered, but this is it. The song is amazing, and I really think you guys should check it out if you haven't already. X won't be set back by this. He's going to keep playing his games, and the way that this song portrays him, it really is kind of intimidating. The true meaning of this song is terrifying, that he'll cast anyone aside if he decides that he's bored of them. And it's also worth mentioning that these are canon lyrics, unless that has changed. So These next few songs are related to Friday Night Funkin', and a few of them won't have lyrics. Though they may be FNF or FNF inspired, I can promise you they are still amazing. I dare say some of these next songs are my favorites, starting with one that needs no introduction. If you're in the community, you've either quoted this song or have seen someone quote it. Subterfuge with lyrics is absolutely amazing, and it's basically Sonic going after Tails. Why? Tails did the worst thing you could do. Not believe this thing was the real Sonic. This song has some amazing melodies and lyrics and has inspired a bunch of remixes. It is just a lyrical version of another song that exists called Subterfuge, but the way that Sturm does the lyrics in this song combined with the melodies, it's just really good, and I'm willing to bet you've already heard it. But I've talked about this song enough, so I won't say too much else on it. Oh, but it does star Freaky Sonic, so... You know, I almost forgot about this song on the list, but I am so glad I remembered because the lyrics and rap in this song are pretty good. Diablo, as he's called, is going after Boyfriend and plans to try and go after his friends after he's done here. Why? Well, I believe he's after their retry ability. The visuals in this song are really well animated, and it really feels like this kind of back and forth struggle between Boyfriend and Diablo. Also, Diablo is a great take on Sonic.EXE, and is a really cool twist. I honestly really like his design. I don't know when more will be dropping on the character, but once I find out, I'll let you guys know. Alright guys, brace yourselves. This next song is a banger. Come Out to Play is a really unique take on Sonic.EXE, and he's kind of taunting you. Not much lore to the song, but I love the way it flows, and I really advise you guys give it a listen. I can't say too much on it. I do apologize if the pacing is a little weird. It's just some of these don't have, like, too much substance. They're just really good songs that I wanted to include in the video, and because if I didn't, people would come at me with pitchforks, so that's not the only reason. I love these songs. Red Seas made a trilogy of FNF songs that aren't related to each other, but are really good. These songs being I'm Real, Moribund, and Tik Tock, each actually having lore to them and amazing visuals. Starting with I'm Real. This has a faker Sonic who shows up to South Island and becomes infatuated with Amy Rose. In this case, it's Sonic.EXE. Sonic has to out-sing him and win her heart, lest Amy fall in love with a faker. It's a more lighthearted approach to an EXE song, which is great because the next one I'm talking about is extremely depressing. It's just a fun song that adds a twist on things. Not much else to say about it. But now that we've had our silly song, let's move on to the depressing one, Moribund. Though it's depressing, out of the three, this one is my favorite. Moribund is a sort of retelling from the very first Sonic creepypasta, Tricheal. It shows Sonic in a never-ending state of dying to these creatures known as chimeras. And the birds around him, while they look cute, are actually what alert the chimeras to find Sonic and eat him. This will happen over and over again, and Sonic is meant to be a meal for the rest of his life, dying in different ways, never knowing freedom. Throughout the video, you can see Sonic trying to play with the birds to distract them, so they don't call the chimeras, but most of what you will see is Sonic accepting what will happen. It's extremely depressing. The song itself perfectly portrays this and makes me feel awful for loving it. So, if you feel like being depressed, give it a listen. Though this next one isn't as sad, but it's still a little depressing. Tik Tock is a different take on what I believe is a creepypasta called the Blue USB. But I'm not 100% sure because of the uniqueness of this, and it could just be inspired off of its own thing. This is an Earthbound hack going wrong. Files are where they aren't normally, and the characters are forced into a world where they don't belong. They want to escape to punish humanity, but she wants otherwise. The choice is up to you. Will you take her with you to prevent the cycle, or will their red eyes become yours? Near the end of the video, you can actually see the option to choose. The visuals to this song and the concept is really fascinating. I'm not sure who she is, but obviously Sonic isn't in Earthbound, so something is off. One of the most unique takes I've seen in the trilogy is really worth checking out. I love how Each one of them has their own story, and Red Seas did amazing. Though these next few songs don't have lyrics, but are some of my personal favorites from FNF. There are technically two versions of this song. This song is called Prey, and it shows Sonic being chased down by someone named Furnace, so that way he may be Robotnik's dinner. I've done a whole video on Starved Eggman and included this song, but wanted to include it here since it's one of my favorites. There's also Good Future that shows Sonic winning, since in the original he dies. But this is literally impossible, but it's still a fun hypothetical to see. Though I wanted to mention this on the topic of Prey. There's also another remix I wanted to show, that being Project Starved remix. I feel like this version is heavily underrated, and I really advise you guys go check it out. The way that this song starts is so intimidating, and the things that Starved says in this song is terrifying, because once you realize the context, which the context being Starved has already won multiple times before and is using the time stones to go back in time to do this all over again, it makes sense and makes the song all the more terrifying. That all this is fruitless and Starved has won many times before. A really cool narrative, great visuals, definitely one of my favorites. It's also super unique because it features Starved and Furnace, and isn't the usual bloody-eyed hedgehog, but let's get back to that. And another concept that is truly terrifying. I've talked about this song at least 5 times on this channel, and I'll talk about it again. You and Allfather are the only beings left alive. He's got you in a chokehold, and there's nothing you can do. I really love the way this song sounds, and I find myself going back to it pretty often. The FNF mod it comes from is also amazing, and is for sure worth checking out. I do want to make it known that this was the Allfather's old lore, as his current lore is going more towards Sonic Saves Robloxia. But at one point, the Allfather was the father of EXEs, or rather, was every incarnation of Sonic.EXE, and the more you would spread his word, the more power he would gain. So, in this specific instance, he's done it. There is nobody else to conquer. Everyone knows he's done it. He's taken all the souls, and there are no more souls left to play with. It's just you and him. It's isolating, but sounds absolutely amazing. So, let's jump back to a classic.
Where is that blue?
I'm sad to say, I honestly forgot about this song for a bit, but when I was looking into FNF songs, I had to include this. This song and I have history, considering this was the first mod that kind of got me into Sonic.EXE aside from Tricheal. I mean, it kind of set me down a rabbit hole I can never escape from, but this song is about our friend Sonic singing to boyfriend about being free, but ironically, you were never free and this isn't Sonic. This mod was great because it actively tried to trick the player into thinking it was a cute Sonic mod, and is a very X thing to do. And while this may be very common in today's age, the way this went about it was very sneaky. Hell, it even encrypts the files until you play the game and get to the bait and switch. It's really cool. This song will always have a special place in my heart, even if it did alter my life forever. Alright, now, on to my personal favorite EXE and favorite songs. Oh yeah, we're back to talking about Rewrite. I will never be not talking about Rewrite. It's no secret, I love this little guy, and these songs go absolutely hard. Though, by the time I release this video, I'm willing to bet round 2 has come out. If that is the case, I will be making a video on it. Both Thriller Gen Encore and Trinity are amazing. Not much story to them aside from Trinity speaking to the player directly, but don't worry, I'll be coming back to Rewrite very soon. If there are songs you'd like me to take a look at, let me know down in the comments below. Subscribe, use my code down in the description to get 10% off, and remember, stay freaky.
Excuse me, when you think you stay,